Hello, my witches, weirdos, and wanderers. Welcome back to Raven's Ramblings, your favorite corner of the magical woods, where we speak truth, stir the cauldron, and remind each other that we are powerful, even when we feel like shit and want to stay in bed all day. So, on that note, today's episode was going to be about meditation. And well, that just didn't work for me. I've been having some issues that I've been dealing with for the last few months, and I'm trying to reclaim something for myself. So, I wanted to kind of share that with y'all. So, this episode is going to be about finding your power again. Okay? Because, let's be honest, sometimes life just stomps all over you and rips out your spark by the roots and leaves you hollow and drained and just wandering around in a fog. Okay? And I get it. I totally get it because I've been there. I'm coming out of that now, but I've been there. So when you've been through it, whether it's burnout or grief or trauma or betrayal or just the soul sucking grayness of trying to survive, all of those things, it can make your magic or your power feel like it's a million miles away and just completely unreachable. But here's the thing, it's not. Your power didn't leave, your magic didn't dissipate. It is waiting for you. It is curled up in a corner in your mind, waiting for you to find your way back to it. So today we're going to talk about what that looks like to find your way back to your power. Find your way home to that magical place in yourself, that magic that lives in your bones. No one can take that from you. No one. It is always there. Okay? So, let's start out by being real about this. We're going to acknowledge some things. All right? So, there's no shame in losing that spark or letting that magic curl up in the corners of your mind. There's no shame in that. So, we are human. We do not owe this world or anyone in it constant resilience and constant putting that good face forward. You don't owe anybody anything. Okay? So if you've been through something, especially something that was painful, whether that be physical pain or emotional pain, it's okay that your magic got a little bit quiet or that your power kind of went in that corner. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you're broken or that something's wrong with you or that it wasn't real to begin with. Everybody has a right to a reset. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's okay to step away from everything for a little bit and kind of regroup. What that really means when you've gone through that, you need care. Not hustle, not bustle, not productivity, not white knuckling, raw dogging through shit. You need a chance to breathe, to remember, and to return to yourself. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself that moment to step back and take that deep breath and just stop for a bit. That's all right. There's zero things wrong with that. Take that break. Do that self-care, If taking a bubble bath is what recharges your batteries, honey, do it. If sitting in a dark living room with a sad movie on is what purges your soul, do it. Do it. And to hell with anybody who says you can't. You do not always have to put on that mask and be something for everyone. Do it for you. Take those moments and just breathe. Now, once you do that, eventually, when you're ready, it'll be time to reclaim that power and to wake it up in that corner of your mind. And you're probably thinking, well, how do I know? How do I know when I'm ready for that? I don't want to come back too soon because I'm just going to wind up back in this corner again. Well, there's some things you can kind of watch for, because your subconscious is gonna let you know that it's time. So if you start feeling restless, like something in you is wanting to move, wanting to do something, but doesn't seem to know how, like your brain can't seem to focus on what it's supposed to be doing, maybe it's ready to wake up that power and wake up that magic. Maybe you're just tired of being tired. Even though you're still tired, but you're just sick to death of it. You're just sick of it. You're ready to crawl out of that hole. Maybe it's time. Sometimes, and this one was me personally, you start to crave magic again. Even if it's just a little flicker here and there, be like, oh, I should go do something. I think that would help my heart. Do it. It means it may be time. Wake that power up. Wake that magic up. Sometimes you hear things like finding your power again, and you feel a tiny little ache in your chest. Just kind of maybe that's for me. Maybe I'm supposed to hear that phrase right now. Maybe I'm supposed to understand and go to that dark corner and wake that magic up again. Because that ache that you feel in your chest, that could be your soul knocking, going, hey, I'm still here. Don't forget about me. I'm here when you're ready. Because it is. It is always going to be there for you, for when you're ready. It's not going to push you. It's not going to force you. But it's going to give you those little nudges to let you know, hey, it might be time. Do you feel ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready when you're ready. Okay? So pay attention to those little things, just those little, it's the strangest thing. I became aggravated with the silence. Now, I love silence because I have finally gotten to the point in my life where I can completely turn my brain off and sit in a room in silence and be okay with that. And now that took a lot of work over the years, but I can do that. And I love that silence, and I need that silence to shut everything off. Until the day where the silence didn't work. The silence made me kind of twitchy. And I'm like, something's just not quite right. Something's just not feeling, this isn't healing my soul like it should. And it was because it was time. It was time for me to come back to my magic and find my power again. And it wasn't, for me anyway, it wasn't just about the magic part of it. It was about my internal power, my taking control of my life again. Because especially with like emotional traumas and stuff, it makes you feel completely powerless, and you have to fight your way back to finding your power and reclaiming that power. And that takes a lot. It takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of soul searching and realizing. It's kind of like in The Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy's got the ruby slippers and the wizard, he tells her, click your heels and you'll go home. You've had the power the whole time. Or maybe it was Glinda. I think it may have been Glinda that told her that she had the power in her the whole time. And you look back on that and go, well, shit. If I'd have got my head out of my ass, I could have done this way before now. But sometimes that's what it takes. We gotta, drag ourselves through the mud so we can reclaim that power. And that's what I am doing now. I am reclaiming my power. Not just in my magic, but in myself. Because I matter and you matter. No matter what you're going through, you matter. Your power matters. And don't let anyone take that away from you. And never be afraid to walk a path alone. Okay? And that has been a really hard lesson for me. I have had to walk a path alone to be able to reclaim my power. And it's hard. It is extremely hard. But back to the witchy shit instead of my trauma dumping on y'all. Thanks for listening to that. Sorry. So, some witchy ways to reclaim your power. Okay, just some little things. Start really small, sacred. Light a candle. Doesn't matter what kind of candle. Doesn't matter. We're not doing a spell with this candle. We're just going to light a candle. I personally have a pack of, well, it was a pack of 100 tea lights. I think I'm about halfway through them now. So take you a little tea light, set it in a heat-safe dish. Let's not burn shit down, okay? Light the candle. That's it. Light that candle. Like I said, not for a spell, not for a ritual, just a simple signal to the universe that says, I'm here. I'm still here. I've gone through all these things and I am still here. Say your name. Say it out loud. Say it into that flame and pass that energy into the universe. Watch that flame. Feel that power. Touch your heart. Feel it come into your heart. And I know. This all sounds kind of crazy. It does. And those that are in that darkness right now are listening to this going, what in the shit is she talking about? Just try it. It's simple, basic. Just connect with something. Connect with that candle. Okay? Like I said, doesn't matter what color, what it looks like, whatever. Light the candle. Light your beacon saying, yep, I'm still here. I'm not beaten. I'm not gone. I'm still here. Another one that I like is touching the earth. Okay. For me, walking out into my yard, because I'm a country girl, so it's a yard, it's not a lawn. Walking out into my backyard, being able to put my toes in the grass, oh, that is the absolute best thing for me. Maybe you like plants. I love plants. I try to kill plants, but I still love them. I try so hard, and because I love herbs and stuff. But I do not have a green thumb. Probably because I can't focus long enough to remember I have them and water them and all that good shit. But get out some potting soil, get some little cheap plant that if it dies, you're not going to be completely heartbroken. Take your hands and put in that dirt. Put your hands in the earth, move it around and feel that. You know? Nature, it doesn't ask you if you're okay, if you need anything, what you can do for it. Nature's just going to hold on to you. I love going and touching trees. Something about touching a tree and feeling the bark on a tree grounds me and brings me back to myself. Try that. Touch a tree. That sounds kind of dirty in a way. Go touch a tree. No, not like that. We don't kink shame, but that's how you get splinters. So, back to nature. Put your hands in the dirt. Go, build a flower bed. Repot an herb or something. Walk outside in the dirt and dig your toes down in it. Those are all really good grounding things, as well as a way to reclaim yourself, reclaim that power. Some people, and I haven't done this, I have thought about it. I actually have an item I want to do this with, but I haven't done it yet. So find something and create a power object. Okay? Now that could be a crystal, a rock, a key. Mine's a key. Some kind of charm. Maybe it's a ring that you wear. Maybe it's a necklace that you wear all the time. Whatever. Enhance that object with your strength. So what you would do is you're going to hold it tight, put it against your heart, whatever feels comfortable to you. Whisper your truth into it. I am brave. I am strong. I reclaim my power. I reclaim myself. Whisper those kinds of things into that object and let it hold that power for you. Okay, until you can carry it yourself. Okay, so you're kind of putting it in that little box that is that item. So the weight is not quite so heavy. All right, you can whisper what's wrong with you into those things and then put them away somewhere. Let the weight of those worries and those emotions and all that, put it in that object, put it away. So it's not on your shoulders as much. So it can go both ways. You can whisper your power into it and then take that object with you to kind of boost your own power. Or you can whisper whatever it is that's affecting you and kind of relieve yourself of those worries or woes or whatever you want to call them, and put them away in a box and just be like, I can't with you right now, so I'm going to put you here until I'm stronger, and then I'm going to get you out, deal with you, and release you into the universe. And that's okay. But the human mind is a fragile thing. So if you can't deal with something right this second, that's okay. Your brain is going to protect you from harming itself. Does that make sense? That's why things get locked down, and then 5-10 years down the road, something triggers a memory and you're like, well, shit, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that trauma. I guess I'm ready to deal with it. That kind of stuff. So, let that power object help shoulder those burdens for you. All right. The next thing, moving on. That got kind of heavy, didn't it? So, the next one, rewrite your inner narrative. Okay? This one's fairly easy. Anybody can do it, quick and easy. Get you a pen, a piece of paper, and write down something like, I thought I lost my power, but what I lost was my connection to it. I am powerful. I am healing. I am coming back to myself. And whatever else fills you with that power, write those things down. Claim that, own that fact that, yeah, I had power, I lost it. I lost my connection to it, but now I have found it again. I found the right switch to throw or plug to plug in, whatever. You found that connection back to yourself, back to your power. Write those things down. Then you can burn it, bury it, fold it up, put it in your book of shadows, whatever. Just own it. Claim that back. Claim that power back. Nobody can take that shit from you. That's yours, no matter what. Sometimes, roads get a little twisty turny and connections get lost, like you missed your exit or something, or like mine, my train derails into weird shit. Find the right track again. Do a U-turn, go back to the right exit. Reclaim it. Find that power. Speak to your past self. This is an interesting one to me because I went through therapy years ago, and one of the things that my therapist worked with me was trying to heal that child that didn't have anyone to help. So and I'm sure some of y'all have gone through this kind of therapy before, where you visualize those moments and put yourself now back in those moments to protect your younger self. I think it's part of the cognitive behavioral therapy. But it's that type of thing. Find that first version of yourself that lit a candle and whispered a spell. Remember back when you first found your power, first found magic. Go back to her or him. We got male witches. Don't think I'm trying to gatekeep the witchy from the boys, y'all. We got everything. We have everything in between in here. Okay? So that person is still there. You tell your younger self, we're not done yet. We're not finished. We just had a pause. But now we're starting up again. Okay? It's kind of like the semicolon. I have a semicolon tattoo for that reason. It wasn't an ending. It was just a pause. Pause, keep going. Alright? Heal that younger self. Help that younger you come back to the present. Bring that power with you. So, a very simple reclaiming spell we can do. Super simple, no fancy stuff, just simple. So let's get a mirror, a candle, and then your voice. Now the candle can be white, black, purple, green, blue, whatever. Whatever color feels strong to you. Like I feel happiest around the color purple. Obviously, you can see my logo. Everything around my stuff is purple. So if I have my choice, it's going to be for purple. Purple candles make me feel good. Okay? So let's say blue is your best color, makes you feel good and powerful and all the good things. Use a blue candle. It's not going to hurt anything. This is about you and your voice and your power and reclaiming those things. All right? So you've got your mirror, you've got your candle, you've got your voice. Now you're going to need something to light the candle with, whether that be matches, lighter, whatever. Something to light the candle with. That's important that we never really mention. Find a way to light the damn candle. So, the ritual itself. Here we go. We're going to light the candle. We're going to look in the mirror and say, I call my power back to me. From every shadow, every silence, every storm. I am whole. I am strong. I am the witch, and I rise again. Okay? At that point, you're going to let your candle burn down safely. Remember, safety first. Or when you feel that shift in the energy, you can snuff it out. You'll know when. The universe will tell you when it's ready. Okay? So, simple little ritual. Find that power. Reclaim it. Own it. Own that power. So, here are the things I want you to remember. You don't have to feel powerful to be powerful. All right? You do not have to be owned 24/7, beating your chest, exuding that power, pushing it everywhere. You have the right to be quiet and vulnerable and tired. You have that right. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the most magical and powerful thing that you can do is survive. That's okay. Now, hopefully you don't have to live that way forever for, all of eternity, just out here white knuckling and raw dogging. Find that power. Okay? When you're ready, you can do more than just survive. You can rise above all those things and be powerful. And be magical. You can do that. I believe in you. If I didn't believe in any of you, well, I sure as hell wouldn't be on here yapping my damn mouth. Because what would be the point? Right? Believe in yourself. I believe in you. You don't know me, but I still believe in you. Well, some of y'all know me. I know some of my friends listen. And I'm talking to y'all too. Find that power. Own it. Rise above it. So, whether you are just lighting your first candle again, or if you are in full-on phoenix mode where you are completely rising from the ashes anew, know this. Your magic is not gone. It's waiting. It's right there. And when you're ready, it will let loose and it will roar. Just own it. Own that power. Alright, so hopefully this episode spoke to you. If it did, let me know. Tag me on Instagram or shoot me a message and tell me how you're finding your power again. Comment on the Spotify episode, whatever. I want to know how you are finding that power and how you are reclaiming it, because you have that right. No matter how long you've been in the corner or your magic has been quiet or whatever, you have the right to take that breath and then reclaim what is yours. Period. End of sentence. You have that right. Don't let anybody tell you different. So remember, you are sacred, you are powerful, and the world is lucky that you are here. We are all lucky to have each other. And we will help each other to keep rising above. All right, that's all I've got for tonight. Next week, we are going to... What are we doing next week? That's right. We're going to start with the Wheel of the Year, and we're going to go through all the Sabbats and kind of review each week. All the different holidays and such. Because I think we've got some newer witches, and I think it's a pretty good review for some of us old ones too. You know, I don't celebrate like I should. And yeah. See if we can get back on that Wheel of the Year. So, I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Stay wild, stay witchy, stay true to yourself, and reclaim that power. Bye.